welcome to Central Florida Salute YouTube. Once again, I'm at the Eagles Area 42 with a very special lady. If you go to the encyclopedia, open it up and say a page that says dedicated to America, you'll see this lady's picture there. This lady is one of the real movers and shakers. It's this Navy Mom Mary. And I had the honor of meeting you up in Mount Dora a couple of years ago, actually, I think it was now. And I haven't seen you since, but I know about you and of you, and you are an amazing lady. You want to tell a little bit about yourself, where you're from originally? And
well, I thank you for the fine compliment, Bob, and for the opportunity to interview here today. I'm originally from New York City, born and raised.
A New Yorker.
A New Yorker. Yep, got a problem with that.
Not me.
That's a typical New York saying. I'm born and raised in New York. Moved down to Florida back in 1996, I believe it was, or 1994, and to raise my children down here. My kids were born up there, and we moved down here to try and find a better life. And
well, a little bit of history about Navy Mom Mary. You are a United States Army veteran.
Women's Army Corps. I'm a WAC.
Yeah. So why is it Navy Mom? But I know why now, because of your children, right?
Yes. My son is currently in the United States Navy. He has been in for, I think, 15 years now. He wanted to go in the day of 9/11, but he was only 13 years of age. He begged me to take him to the recruiters. I said, they won't take you, honey.
No.
So he went in, and he's been in, and God willing, he's going to retire from the U.S. Navy. It was me missing him, and going into the recruiting stations, inquiring about information, doing stuff, and getting involved, and that they had Navy Mom in the house, and the commanding officer from recruiting command actually had that name stick with the recruiters that they named me on it with Navy Mom Mary. I'm like, okay, and it's stuck, and I've done everything. I've done everything I can to help me relieve missing my child. I know what it is to serve your country. I know what it is to be away from your family. However, it doesn't help the heart of a mom.
No, I can understand. Us dads too, we think about our kids. But none of my kids have served. In fact, I'm the only one in my whole family, my generation down, that's been in the service. All my uncles were like World War II.
Wow.
And, but
no,
I thank him for his service for us. And
I will.
If he ever comes by this way, we can get him on Central Florida Salute.
No, I will. He's currently stationed. He's actually getting sent back to California. Cannot reveal where, but he's gotten back there, and he's in another state at the moment, and he's finished with that tour, and he's getting ready for his next. So it's,
What kind of ship is he on there?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my husband that way. He was on a carrier. He was stationed over in Japan for 3 years, which he loved. He's a fire controlman, and that's. I'm an Army girl. I mean, I know M16s.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? And
I don't know torpedoes.
Speaking of your husband, he's sitting over there, but he don't want to come on camera. But he's also a veteran, and we thank him for his service.
He's a
too.
Navy veteran. My son followed his footsteps.
Veteran.
Yep.
Yeah, but someday maybe he'll come on my show. I don't know. He's letting you be a trailblazer.
Yeah, he's not much of a speaker. I'm the big mouth in the family. As a matter of fact, when my son went in the Navy, when the recruiters, he told my dad's coming in the door to check out things. He's okay, but Mom comes through the door. Be careful because she's looking for a battle. So it's just Mom's. But okay.
So you are heavily involved in a lot of different things, and I truly mean it. If you look up a dedication, I think your picture's in the in the dictionary. But what do we have here, and what do you do? I know you go around, but you're better off talking about it than I am, because I know I've seen you a couple different places.
I have been doing. It started out probably 10, 12 years ago. First, doing shows for our severely injured. Okay, I received a card after a box I had sent off to Afghanistan from a young sailor over there who now calls me Mama Mary. But she had a friend over there who was just stepped on an explosive, lost his legs. And she goes, I need help. How do we help him? I said, honey, I mean, I have no idea. I don't do concrete work. I don't do, but I put a show on. I went to my commanding officer at the Legion or the post that we belong to, and I said, "Can we do this?" He was a former Green Beret, and he goes, "Yeah, we can do it." I said, "Okay." So we brought him to town, and we did a benefit. That Green Beret hugged me that night, and he goes, "Please don't stop doing this." Yeah. I was like, "Oh God, what, are you serious?" It took me a year to plan it, and I didn't. So I said, "Will you give me the name of another one?" And we did. We did a Navy SEAL. Then the Navy SEAL gave me the name of Marine Recon, and then the Marine gave the name of Air Force Commando. And each year got better and better. However, the Marine raised the most money, and we presented him. But that was the best one of all, because the commander of the post, the commander of my organization that we belong to, challenged me. He said, "We challenge you to raise more money than you did this year." I said, "You don't know who you're challenging." Big mistake, guys. So I said, "Okay, you know what? I will do that. But what I want from you, okay, if I raise that much money and if I bring it forward, I want the two of you out in front of the entire audience dancing in ballerina tutus." Guess who won?
We don't have a picture of that, do we?
I can provide it to you. I don't have it now, but I can provide it to you.
I don't know if they'd be happy if they saw it.
No, they actually they laughed it. They loved it. The Marine was sat there laughing hysterically because he's sitting there watching with the beer in his hand, going, "These Army guys are dancing for me in tutus." So it was military thing, But it went from there, and then 5.5 years ago, on Memorial Day, a woman running for office failed to stand still during the playing of the anthem and remained silent at a Memorial Day remembrance ceremony. And as I stood there, hand in salute, I was like, hands turning into a fist. And I'm like, said to myself, "Mary, soldier first, Mary. Deal with it later." And I did. And after it was over with, I walked up to her and I said, "May I have a word with you?" And she goes, "Certainly." She thought I wanted to talk to her about politics. And And I told her off. And I told her off big time. I went to every veteran in the park and told them what she did. The park was packed that day, so you can imagine. And I'm actually thankful that she did that. Because if she didn't, I wouldn't have created these pins. I wouldn't have created these flags to send the Gold Star families, to send the veterans, to give all over the nation. And when I say all over the nation, I mean all over.
Yeah.
It's...
there is no greater sacrifice to a parent than when a son or daughter goes off to war and they're killed. It's how do you explain that? You know what I mean? It's got to be the hardest thing in the world.
I'm not a Gold Star. I'm a Blue Star mom. I'm not a Gold Star. I don't ever want to be one of them. I have many Gold Star friends now. They love what I'm doing. I'm a strong advocate for them and doing what I'm doing and educating. These are actual flags. Okay?
Oh, hold on a minute. Put your thing up in front of your glass here.
These are actual flags.
Yep.
Okay? The children fold the larger ones. I teach children to fold them. They're the ones who need to know what this nation, that flag stands for with this nation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? They come, they fold them. They fold the larger ones at first until they master it. When they master it, then they move on to the little ones. Only a few have moved on to the little ones. I have a young lady now who's still folding them and taking them across the nation to hand them out. And that's, her name is Brooke. I love her to death. Yeah. I have another young lady who learned in the very beginning. This was one that she made out of a napkin. Sitting in a restaurant, she turned around, she sat there, we were there, and she goes, "Look what I made for you, Mary." Out of a napkin. That's how much they meant to her. It's hitting the kids. They're seeing it, and that's...
Mayor, you're kind of like me. You're like one of my heroes. You're like what I tried to...
don't call me a hero.
Well, somebody I look up to.
Okay.
Because what you're doing, and I believe a lot of people... I did some shows. I did one show where I went to a school, and I was with 5 other Vietnam veterans, and they were bringing in the traveling wall. And we did a show. We were talking to the kids, and we said, you see a wall, we see a name, we see a face, we share a memory. Right. You kids don't see that. but that's what we're about. And afterwards, we asked, and I've told this story 100 times, I guess, but I never get tired of telling it. We asked a young girl about World War II. She says, WII? Oh, it's fought in Germany. And then we asked the young boy. And he said, well, Hitler was in charge during World War II. He fought in World War I, which is correct, he did. He says, and I don't think he was a bad guy. And my eyeballs went around the back of my head, and I'm going, boy, do they have to learn.
Yeah.
And you're the kind of person that goes out there, and that's where we're similar. That's what this show is about, is going out there, letting people learn, educating young people, you know. Yeah. But what you do is fantastic with all these pins. You make all these pins?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I do, and the children do.
Well, I got mine today. I got my Air Force one.
You got Navy. I even have Green Berets, which we started doing. Green Berets. I do any kind. I have, this is for local police, but they're Army.
Yeah, you do police and firemen too.
I do. There's the current blue line. The police ones started out with attorney Dan Newland.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Okay? Dan Newland,
You met him?
I have met him.
Oh.
He actually came. I organized a bike run. He came to it. But I reached out to my sheriff to ask if anybody knew Attorney Dan Newland. I make the flags. I buy the flags. But they used to come with let me see if I can find one of them. Actually, a beautiful one. They have the actual blue line pins on them. And I reached out to Sheriff Lima's office, who put me in touch with Dan Newland. Within 6 hours, I had a phone call to come and meet Dan Newland the next day, meet his staff. Okay. I walked in. They were like, how much do you want? And I said, I don't want any money. So.
Well, send them to me.
Well, no. He goes, truthfully, he goes, what the hell you doing? Not him, but his chief executive goes, what the hell are you doing here? I said, I want you to buy these pins. Oh, darn it. I wish I would have had one. I can't believe this.
Well, that's all right.
This. But
it was a pin.
Beautiful blue pins, right? That have it's a blue line police line pin, and I want you to buy these pins. I will give them to the cops all over the nation from Dan Newland. I don't want the recognition. I don't want the notoriety. Okay, he doesn't want the money. There's no one selling anything. He's a former law enforcement officer. Okay, he served. He knows it. Now he's an attorney. He reached out and he goes, Mary, what you're doing is amazing. We did. We gave him a pin. He had one too. He got one of the first ones that was made, and the cops went crazy over them. They literally went crazy over them. They loved them.
Oh, they're all beautiful. They're all beautiful. You got every branch of the service.
I'll have to
police
send you a
and
picture.
firemen.
I'll have to send you a picture. Yeah, I even do Navy SEALs.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wow. Yeah, I've done a show with a Navy SEAL.
Really?
Pete Peterson. Yeah, he went back to Vietnam for his interpreter. Him and his SEAL team.
Wow.
I've also done a show with a guy who was Frogman. Frogman led the way to Navy SEALs, World War II. But yeah, but these are absolutely beautiful, and you give them out and to say thank you to our military, and that's why I really want to get you on the show, because you got a big heart. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's you got it. It's.
So how many stops do you make a year? I mean, like I said, I saw you in Mount Dora. That was a while ago.
That was
you're pretty much down south from us, right?
That was 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm in the Castleberry, Orlando area, and those towers that you're talking about, which was 2 years ago. That was March of 2021.
And I invited you up here to our Eagles.
I've not had the opportunity.
Well, really, September 11th. This September 11th.
I will be here. With the new pins. Which you want to know what it is? Come up and find out, and I will give them out. I'll give you some. You can raise some donations for you and for the organization. They're special. They're very, very special.
And we appreciate it. But I want you to come up. I want you to see. I have a video that was given to me by Reverend Gary Cato, who was there at the Ground Zero. And these photographs that he has are in the Smithsonian. He allows me to use it, and I'm honored he does. He and I are very good friends. And this committee we have here, we're going to be making a donation to the Sheriff's Department and the Leesburg Police Department. Our goal next year is to do the firemen and the first responders. So, but we are, we'd be honored to have you come up here, and you could talk a little bit about what you do.
Well,
And
September
I want you
11th,
to meet some of the people.
my dad was an iron worker who built the Twin Towers
Oh yeah.
back in the late 60s and early 70s. He wasn't the only sole iron worker, but he worked for a couple of years building it. And when they ripped it down or blew it up or landed a plane or whatever the case may be, it ripped my heart out because I knew my father was an Army veteran. He's a true American. Sort of like a John Wayne style, just but
Is that right, Pilgrim?
that's right, Bonner, you got it. But it's very, very, very passionate, and the more that I do, the more comes to me to do more, and I can't stop. And
It's contagious.
it is, and I've
I
got
know.
people. I mean, I'm teaching that evening of September 11th. I'm teaching a Boy Scout troop. And you'll see the picture. I'll share the picture to you. That evening, the flags. Those flags will be given to the Gold Star families. These Boy Scouts have been coming to me from 5 years ago when I first started doing the flag folding. They want to continue. Their troop leaders want to continue it. I have, as I said, the kids that come in. I've gone down to Fort Pierce to teach the children. Wherever I can go, I'm going to do it. And wherever I can travel to, I'm going to do it. I do not charge for them. I do not sell them. I do them for the benefit of organizations that take care of my brothers and sisters, and that's what it's all about.
You're an amazing lady, and I for one, really appreciate what you do. And I just missed you, I gather. I was, my partner and I, we were at the Vietnam Veterans of America convention, and we were only there one day, but you came in a day or two after us, I gather.
Yeah.
And so I missed you there.
But we have a different pin that's sort of like this with the year on it, but it's actual metal pin. These pins were given to me by a woman at a Perkins in a Popka. Her husband was a Marine. I gave her a Marine pin. Just walked up. I don't need to know them. I'll walk up to you in the restaurant. I see a hat on you. I'll walk up with a pin and give you a pin. That's it. Thank you for your service, and that's it.
Yeah. Let me ask you, where do you get all the logos and all that stuff? Like
The insignias?
yeah,
The insignias?
Yeah, the insignias. Yeah,
That's where my husband comes into play. The bashful one over there.
yeah. The
He-
silent partner.
Yeah. He prints them out for me, and I cut them out. And they're individually cut, every single one of them. And they're pasted on. As you can see, they're vinyl. We have a heat press machine. They're pressed on. Each one is individually
Boy, this
done.
is an awful lot of work.
We're retired. We're retired. What am I going to do? Sit around and watch TV and if I watch TV, I sit and fold flags. I can do that.
Well, you can sit around and watch you can watch Central Florida Salute on YouTube.
I can do that and do these too. Well, let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Okay, I had a problem.
And
with
I
eyes.
got the one here you gave me
Well,
for
these
Vietnam veterans.
those ones now, as I said, the woman that I gave the Marine pin to in Perkins, she said, I have a warehouse or a storage unit full of pins. Can you use them? I said, well, how much do you want for them? Okay, those take them. You can have them. She gave me a caseload of Vietnam pins, 64 to 75. Okay, there must have been 2,000 pins in there.
Wow.
Well, I reached out to my son up in Washington, and I said, okay, I need for you to I'm going to contact the Vietnam Veterans of America up there. You're stationed up there. You need to start getting involved in veteran issues. And I said, I can teach you from a veteran standpoint, from the Vietnam era. I can't teach you your era. I'm not in your era. But get involved. Listen, see what they can help you with to help you transition out when you get time to get out. Okay, Mom. Well, he did it. Well, he said, Mom, it was the most pleasant man I've ever met. The man happened to be the president of the Vietnam Veterans of America of Montana, Washington, Alaska, a couple other states. And my son met, he goes, and he invited me to come to the convention. I was like, really? But yeah, no, we went. We went on Thursday, and I just walked in. I asked. Francisco was the name of the president. Francisco, I got his name. I think it's a Spanish guy, and I left the message for him. I said, I'm down here. When you get a chance to come down and meet, because the meeting's going on all day, darn day. And I said, okay. So he finally came down. He met me, and we exchanged hugs and we exchanged pictures. And I'll share the pictures with you. And he took a picture of my son with him, my son giving him the pins, and he said he's putting my son in the next magazine. Next, I said, okay, that's cool. But I said, I'm having so much fun here. I mean, they were lining up. At first, they were like, what is this woman doing here? You know how people get like, all right, what do you want?
Oh,
How
I'll
much
tell
do
you,
you want?
these are absolutely beautiful, and I could see people lining up. Yeah.
Well, at first, they were like, how much you want? I'm like, nothing. Like,
Yeah.
nothing. But the kindest words that I received was from a couple of Vietnam vets who said, this is the best welcome home gift I've received. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, thank you. I said, no, thank you.
Yeah,
And-
as a Vietnam veteran, I agree.
And
I
it's
mean,
just,
we did not get. Everybody knows we did not get the best reception when we came home. But
No.
you know, a lot of those guys think like I do. It'll never happen to the other generation.
exactly.
So we stand
Exactly.
by all our brothers and sisters. But
Exactly.
anyway, so how many? You get around quite a bit. You go to the schools and
I go to ROTCs in the schools.
okay.
I go to Scouts, or I put it out through private schools. I don't go into the public school system because their agenda is a little bit different. And if I ask to be put in, if they invite me, I'm more than welcome to. Larry, can you bring him up, please? I didn't get him on camera yet.
This is your assistant here coming up.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
I go into public schools, parochial schools, or anyone that private schools that allow me to come in. God bless you. They
Okay, we got you on camera now.
we got you.
He didn't want to get on camera, but the Navy Mom Mary got him on there.
This is how they are. They're actual pins, as you can see.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know if you can zero in on this, but they're actual pins. We had them. I made them. They're marked in years. The containers are all marked with the year, and they go from 64 to 75. And I went there with the intention, people, they can see, because what they saw through the side of the thing was the Vietnam ribbon. So but then it's like, wow, what has she got there? She got something for us, something there. But they thought I was selling it, which I wasn't.
well, I'll tell you, it's an awful lot of work. You and your husband. I can give you
It's just,
a lot of credit.
did you take one of these? When you were
I
there?
get that in the mail.
Oh, okay, you remember too.
Oh, I'm
Okay,
a
this is
I'm a
for
member
those
of the.
who-
Viet-
This is for those who didn't get. This is the magazine they were giving out. And
I'm
this
a member
is-
of the Vietnam Veterans of America, life member of the AMVETS, life member of the VFW, life member, you name it. I'm even an affiliate member of the Marine Corps Combat Correspondents Association,
Wow. Okay.
and as well as Korean veterans.
Wow.
I'm with them all. 38 years of doing this. I got
These are the pins that were given to me by the woman I met,
Mm-hmm.
and this was full, as you can tell. But these pins are all on the flags that are
You
in
must
here.
spend hours of putting all this stuff together.
Oh yeah, I belong to the Marine Corps League of Orlando. They love my membership. I'm not a Marine, but they wanted me. They wanted my hours. I can't use them.
I'm in the Marine Corps Combat Correspondents Association, but I was Air Force.
Okay.
But I have a good friend of mine. His name is Keith Oliver. He was a colonel, United States Marine Corps.
Okay.
He's a journalist type thing, and he knows what we've done, and he put me in, and they accepted me as a
Same thing
affiliate
here.
member.
Saying I'm a life member. I'm a life member. They made me a life
Excuse
member.
me.
They made me a life member. They want my hours, okay? Because it helps them with their Americanism or whatever. I don't know what they do with them, but I don't use them. I don't declare it, and it's not what I do. But I'll help my brothers and sisters to do whatever they have to
So
do.
there's not, you don't have like a website, if somebody wants to get a hold of pins, or if they have an event where they'd like you to show up, how can they get a hold of you?
I
or
do have I have a business card. My email address is all lowercase letters, Navy Mom Mary 1, the number 1 at gmail.com. I have sent them. I've had news stations that have interviewed me, Actually, I had 1,000 of them last November, I think it was. I have a request from Sony Pictures in Hollywood.
Wow.
Okay, this is the biggest one. Well, my best friend works for Sony. She contacted me. She said they're doing a movie, Devotion. Have you seen that movie? Have you heard about it?
No.
It's about a Korean naval aviator. I don't know what they call it, air fighter, whatever, pilot, naval aviators. Okay, they made a movie about him, about the whole thing, and I said the movie was coming out for their grand premiere. Okay, and they wanted to have these pins. They wanted 1,000.
Wow.
Okay, in 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. I kid you not. See this glove?
Yeah, you
This is
had
why
your
that glove is
husband
on.
working there, didn't you?
That's why this glove is on my hand. Okay, it hurts. I mean, it's a
I'm
copper
sure.
glove. It's a copper glove.
It's
But
amazing.
I made them. I did them. 1,000 flags in 3 days, and they paid for the shipping. They were like, "How much on?" I said, "Just give me an original movie poster." So many pictures, like, absolutely. So I got a ton of them, and the little girl who was helping me, okay, she was given one of the original movie posters, sent from Hollywood. They were given to Stephen Peck, who's the president of the largest veteran organization, U.S. Vets. Okay, Stephen Peck was given, and they sent me a picture of Stephen Peck wearing the Vietnam pin. I'm like, you know what? It's just, that to me makes all that whatever
Yeah.
worth it. It makes it worth it. And it's just,
That's something. But now you've hit the big time. You're on Central Florida Salute on YouTube.
there you go. There you go.
Not
Yeah.
really, but
Well, I got.
anyway. So you'll go around all over, and I want to talk about this because this is absolutely stunning. I guess your husband helps you with this too.
That's my husband's deal.
This is your husband's deal.
Yes.
And I want to thank you, sir, for this. This is
He doesn't.
absolutely beautiful, and
We do them to help our veteran brothers and sisters, organizations.
yeah, you
help
said
them
that we'll be able to
take orders on them and
take orders on them and help out with Central Florida Salute YouTube, which is a not-for-profit. We are a not-for-profit,
you go.
and we don't really have any money anyway, so we could really use some help. And
Same thing
I
with
can't see it
Same thing with
why
the
anybody wouldn't
flags.
want. This is beautiful. I thank you, sir.
same thing with the flags. Okay.
Yeah, same with the flags.
Here's this is what's the gold star, but any of the flags that are wanted, okay, I don't sell them. All I ask that they not be sold, that they be done for donation,
Yeah,
okay? Because
donations for charities. And stuff.
donation for it, because the price for these flags has already been paid by those who died under them. And I also reached another option for you to do up here, since I'm not up in this area. Reach out to your local funeral parlors. Okay? I did one. I went in there and I asked them, I said, "What do you give the veteran?" They said, "Well, we give him a flag draped coffin." I said, "That's not what I asked you. I asked you, what do you give the veteran? That flag goes to the family. Bury them with a flag on their body, or cremate them with a flag on their body. Okay? Let them go with the flag they
Boy,
served
that's
under."
that's super.
That hit them. They're like, "Whoa!" And I said,
Yeah.
"Contact your local veteran organization, have them get a hold of me, make a donation to them, and I will provide you with them. Not a problem." That's what it's about. It's about what that flag stands for. Letting the veterans all love it too. They're like, "Wow, that's great." Think about it. You ever see a dead body with a flag on them like that? I'm like, no, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just they're like, "Wow, it's really like they served under it. That flag that you're giving over their casket is going to the family. What are they getting? They're the ones who raise their hand."
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
You know? That's how my
I
brain works.
salute you for what you do, my friend.
It's,
I haven't seen you in a few years, but I don't know if I could keep up with you.
I don't know if I can keep up with me anymore. I'm not gonna lie. It's
What's this one here? This is a special one.
that's. I was invited to the Gold Star
Oh yeah,
Gold
this
Star
is
Monument dedication.
up in Bushnell.
I went to that one too, but the first one I went to
We
was
did
in
a show about that, and I took a picture of the monument up there.
Well, I was there. I was there for that one. I gave all the Gold Star flags to the Gold Star families, but this
Yeah,
one.
and I wasn't there the day of the dedication. I was
Oh,
there
okay.
some other day.
This one came from West Palm Beach. I was invited by a Gold Star daughter, and I took down the two children, Brooke and Macy, who were the first two children that continue to teach the kids the classes, the flags.
Yeah.
I teach them, and then they teach it. Peer pressure at its best. And they went with me to West Palm. They met Herschel Woody Williams, got a picture with Herschel
Oh,
Woody
yeah,
Williams.
Medal of Honor
Yep,
recipient.
yep. And the founder of the Gold Star Monument. So he created the monument, and they got pictures with him, and it's history. You know, it's everything happens for a reason, and
Yeah. Well, you know what, Mary, you're going to be here on September 11th.
I will be.
I'm going to put the pressure on my partner here to try to get this show out before September 11th, and hopefully people will show up. You'll be here with your pins.
I will.
And I want to thank you for helping support Central Florida Salute YouTube, because we are not for profit. We're all about honor, educating, remembering, and the sacrifices.
Well,
As it says on our card, and I don't take a dime for what I do.
Yeah.
Any money I get goes into production, which my partner is like a third of what she normally gets.
Right.
It really just pays her gas to get here for, you know. But
That's, you know, I mean,
these will come in very handy. You have all the branches,
Yeah.
and
even Space Force.
even Space Force.
And we have he just created a new submarine one. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Well, we're going to get some
I
pictures.
will get.
of that.
We're going to put them on a display board, and put it on a board, because people wanting them. Said, let me give you a display board. It's easier. We put a picture up. You see them all. Then you know which one you want. He does mugs. He does
Yeah, we'll do some.
license plates. He does license plates. He does whatever. And it's all.
Take some orders, and the
you go.
donations will help us continue what we do, so we can talk to people like you who are making a difference, and you're my kind of person.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
my kind of
and your
person
husband
Bob.
too, of course.
You're my kind of person too.
But I think we're going to be running out of time. How much time we got?
We're over 30 minutes.
It's like
Oh,
10
we're over
minutes.
30, yeah. Because you see, I guaranteed them I'd be out of here at 3 o'clock. Because 4 o'clock, they start coming in here for tacos, so Tuesday tacos.
Okay.
So
That
we got to
works for
wrap
me.
this thing up.
That works for me. You ready for?
Because I want to take some pictures.
Yeah,
What?
Don't put them away. She wants to take
You want
some
more
pictures.
pictures? Okay. All right. But this one, this is my little Lillians. But okay, that's good. Gold stars too. We have to
So-
pull them out. What?
Once again,
For me. Yep.
somebody wants to know more about what you do or reach out to you, how do they do it?
They can reach me on email. Just reference flags. I don't open spam. I can be reached at Navy, all lowercase, Navy Mom Mary 1 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, I have a Navy Mom Mary page on Facebook, but I'm not really on there that often. I don't have the time. I really don't.
Yeah, I can see.
I don't. I mean, I have one other thing that I'm doing, which is the stick. These flags all come on sticks, as you see. Okay. I save the sticks. I have boxes of thousands of these sticks. I paint them red and white. My husband prints a blue star field out. We teach the kids to lay the sticks in a row on a flat board, okay? Put the star field on. We seal it with a border. That's another thing you can do for fundraising. If you want it, bring the children in. I will bring those sticks in, have them glue them, make their own stick, give them to a veteran, or give them back to you for you to raise donations on. Everything put to use. Everything. I don't waste a
You
thing.
you are a special lady
My mind
and a special veteran.
my mind is constantly working. I thank the Lord because He's given me keep me going. Yeah.
He knows we need you.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows
Yep.
we need you.
So
But like I
that's
said,
it.
I was saying before that 3 o'clock, I told him I'd be out of here. Matter of fact, there's a trustee over there looking at me going, you got to get out of here.
Okay, we're going.
So we're going out right now. We're gonna say goodbye, and this is how we do it. Look at that camera, follow my lead. To all our veterans out there, our active military and their families, we salute you for all you do. Till next time.